welcome. Hi, everyone. Hello. Good timing. Ooh. I'm going to try and navigate this double live business and see how it works. So, if you're just popping in, if you're new here, my name is Ro. I am a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a certified life coach, and I'm here to help people with narcissistic abuse, anyone who's healing from narcissistic abuse, anyone who's healing from a narcissist. I'm here to answer some questions. We're going to do a little hour of a Q&A, and I just want to see how you all are doing. Feel free to say hi, introduce yourself. If I miss your comments, feel free to just write them back into the chat. I will be on for an hour. So welcome. If you're on TikTok, tap the screen, share the live if you like. Get more people in here asking questions. Thank you for the gift. Okay, someone's asking here, what do I do when I don't want to leave? What to do when you don't want to leave, right? Because you don't want to leave mine even though I know I should. You feel so crazy. I just posted on TikTok, so this is from Instagram. I just posted on TikTok a video with a book recommendation, and I would recommend reading Should I Stay or Should I Go by Dr. Ramani. She's huge on YouTube. She is an expert in the field, and there are a few steps and some questions that you can ask yourself, why you're still in the relationship, why you want to be able to leave, and when you get to that place, coming up with an exit strategy to be able to leave. You've been out of your abusive relationship with a narcissist 2 months. Congratulations. Congrats to your freedom. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you. Hi. You're in love with him. Yeah, we do fall in love with these people. Right? Love is a verb, though, okay? So something I want you to remember is love isn't just words that we say. A narcissist is really quick to just say to you, oh, I love you. I love you on the first date. Let's get married. You're my soulmate. We're meant to be together. I love you. What does that mean? How does love show up? How do we show up in love? Love is a verb. Love isn't just the words that come out of someone's mouth. We have to listen. Not just listen to what they say, we have to watch what they do, right? You're in love in his image, exactly. I love your videos. They help me get over 7 years of a narcissist. Oh, I'm so happy. I do believe that healing does take a lot of education. Healing specifically from narcissistic abuse takes 3 aspects, in my opinion. 3 pillars of healing look like this. Community. Okay, so that's what this is. This is going live, being able to find your people. I also have specific types of community that you can join, like my free Facebook group. If you go to the link in my bio, you can find the link to join that group. And then there's also my group coaching that I do monthly. So the next one is November 27th, and you can join that and meet people in the community. The second thing is self-love and self-care. So realizing who you are, what your worth is, and healing yourself through self-care acts. So showing up, you know how you love the narcissist? Show yourself that you love yourself by showing up for yourself in self-care acts. And then the third thing would be education. So learning what you went through. Can a narcissist change if he goes to therapy? So a narcissist can change, yes. Whether it's therapy, whether it's just being completely discarded and dried out of supply. Of course, everyone can change. People can change. Do they want to change? That's the question. So having to ask yourself the real questions of, why does this narcissist abuse you this way? Why? And what do they get out of it? Right? From lying to you, manipulating you, gaslighting you, cheating on you, stealing from you, using you. What do they get out of that? They get some sort of supply. They get this conquest that they won you over. Why would they want to change if they're getting what they want? Right? Why would they want to change? They have the capability to change. Everyone has the capability to change, to grow. But if they're getting everything they want, this type of disorder affects the people around them. It doesn't really affect the narcissist in any real way. If they recognize the pain and they recognize the effect that it has on other people, which takes empathy, which takes being able to experience somebody else's emotion and what they're going through and the pain and wanting to do something about it. If they were to experience that and feel that, you know, they have a really hard ability to feel pain, right? They have an inability to be in somebody else's experience. So are they going to want to change if everything's working for them? No. Are they able to change? Yes. Do they want to change? That's a question you have to ask yourself. My husband walked out on me after 1 month after my brain surgery. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Narcissists don't keep their words. You know, they're not men and women of their word. Don't listen to what a narcissist says. We let them talk too much. We let them talk way too much. They persuade us. They trick us. Listen to their words and see if it matches their actions. Right? Watch what they do. Don't listen to their words. Watch what they do. What do you think of men who rate women? Mine rated me 7 out of 10. I don't know. That's pretty insulting to be rated. They always have supply, aka affairs. Yeah, they always have somebody lined up. Ever been with a narcissist and then the second you're discarded or they discard you, they're on to the next, like right away? You know, I have clients that are talking about how a narcissist just like will move in the new supply like literally the same week. You're out, they're in. It's because they have constant supply and rotation ready to go. They cannot be alone. They cannot stay alone with their own thoughts. So they need to be in constant communication with other people and in constant like physical proximity with other people. They, you know, my ex personally, he used to have people on his phone all the time. He'd just be sitting there texting every single one of his friends or whoever, but he's getting supply. There's somebody lined up all the time because a lot of narcissists live to excess. If you've ever been with a narcissist, you might have experienced them, some of them who have alcohol addictions, drug addictions, you know, sex addicts. They'll be completely living in excess because they can never get enough. And this goes to what we try to give the narcissist to satisfy them. It's never enough. You know, we give them a little bit, we give them an inch, they take a mile. You know, the goalposts keep changing. Once we think we've given them what we wanted or what they wanted, they ask for more. All of a sudden that's not enough. All of a sudden they want more. And this goal you thought you reached all of a sudden moves. It's never enough, right? They need more and more supply. They need more and more satisfaction. They're basically like a bucket with holes in it. And when we try to fill that bucket up for them, we can never fill those buckets. But those buckets are filled with holes. It just keeps pouring out. And we try to buy time by giving it to them faster and faster and just showering them with love and affection. It just buys a little bit of time. It still spills out. They're never satisfied. They come to us with a deficit. They come to us missing something, and they expect us to fill that void. We'll never be able to fill that void. Still can't get a divorce. How's that going for you? I'm close. He signed most of what he needed to sign, so divorcing a narcissist is really difficult because they want to keep you around and try and control you. Post-separation abuse is very real. So if you're not married to a narcissist, if you don't have kids with someone who you might think is toxic, you know, really think about that because that's a huge commitment, and having kids is a huge commitment as well, because not only are you going to be co-parenting with them for most of the kid's life, you're going to be co-grandparenting. You're going to be with these people, just having to be connected through your kids for life, basically. So really think about this before we get involved with toxic people. We need to learn how to spot them before we get involved with them. Speaking of kids, yes. Scared of what's to come. Pretty much lost everything because of her. I'm sorry to hear that. Why doesn't co-parenting work? Co-parenting absolutely works, not with toxic people though. Co-parenting only works in healthy dynamics, healthy functional dynamics. Why is it unhealthy? Why is it dysfunctional with a narcissist? Because they don't want to partner with you. They don't want to co-parent with you. They're not cooperating, right? They're not cooperative. They counter-parent. So they didn't get their way. you've left them or you didn't give them what they wanted, and now you're having to co-parent. Co-parenting is basically two adults parenting the same children. So even if you're in a loving, committed relationship, sleeping in the same bed, you're still co-parenting. You're still taking care of kids together. If you're separated and you're co-parenting. Healthy people who are separated have to come up with a plan when they're no longer romantically involved. They have to come up with a plan and parent together as a partner, as partnerships. It's co-parenting, right? They cooperate. A narcissist only wants to counter-parent. So if you want to put your daughter in ballet, they're going to want to put them in boxing, right? If you want to pull them from this school and put them in a school that's closer to where you both are going to live, they're going to say, no, I want to move all the way over here and put them in this school, right? They're going to change all of their doctor's appointments on you to fuck up with your life and make things difficult for you, right? They're going to collect on all these expenses or not pay for these expenses. They're going to make life hard for you because they want to mess with you that way. That's a form of control. So every time you try to co-parent with a narcissist, they're going to want to counter-parent you. What we have to practice is parallel parenting, which I can help you with. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, how's it going? Thank you for sharing the live. He is not called or anything. What do I do? Where are you at with this person? Called? Are you discarded? Are you not with them? Why do you want them to call you? Narcs can't follow plans. They're too good for that. Yeah. Narc's new girlfriend is just as bad as him. Yeah, the new supply is blind. We have to remember that sometimes their new supply or the person that's like new in their life is getting a different version of the narcissist than you got. Narcissists go in a cycle. So while they're abusing you, once they've discarded you or you've discarded them, and they're post-separating, abusing you, once they get to this place where they're showing off their new supply to you, right? Like posting all their beach vacations or, telling you that you were never good enough and this person's way better. They're love bombing the new supply while they're abusing you. They're just in the new stage. The new supply is just in a different cycle. Sooner or later, this new supply is going to need therapy and is going to need to get help and heal from this abusive relationship, because when they are at the tail end of that relationship or the discard phase, they're going to be love bombing the next supply or somebody from the past in rotation. They're constantly working in cycles. Each time you give in, it gets worse and worse. They desensitize you. You feel jealous. They feel jealous of you and want to destroy you. Yeah, that's very true. If they're no contact, then enjoy it. Exactly. Enjoy it. If they're not contacting you, enjoy it. Take that as a vacation. He kept saying, I kept me and his daughter from him. Yeah, they'll say all sorts of things to make you feel guilty. Tap the screen. Thank you very much, Brittany. My ex had someone on the shelf all the time, probably more than one, yeah. And sometimes you're in the supply closet too and you don't even know it. And you could be being used as supply, different forms of supply. So sometimes the narcissist keeps you in the supply closet just to abuse you, just to control you. Hey, this one I'm just gonna abuse a little bit more. They might bring up some story from the past and say, hey, did you cheat on me? Did you cheat on me? Did this happen? Did that happen? Right? Or, they might call you up and say they miss you. They might try to hoover you back in. Or, they might want to just anger you and just start picking a fight with you, right? They'll keep you in the supply closet for the form of supply that they need from you. And it could be romantic, or it could just be abuse. Both of it is, right? It's all manipulation. So yeah, they'll have somebody, you might be on the shelf as well, and you might not even know it. It is healthy for the narc family, nephew, sister-in-law to still want to be in your life. Is it healthy for them to still want to be in your life? If it's healthy for you, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Is it healthy for you? Is that what you're asking? Because if they're causing any type of triangulation or bringing the abuse back to you, or if they're saying, oh, they're not so bad, it's just a birthday party, just come to the birthday, can't we just all be friends? Can't we just all show up together and be friends? Right? Can't you just be cordial while we're together as a family? We're a family. Or, well, you know, they didn't do anything that bad. Like, just give them a chance. They just want to see you. They just want to see the kids. Or if you have friends and family that are like, we're neutral. I don't know what happened there, but behind closed doors, you two had your problems, whatever, but we're still friends. We're remaining neutral. That isn't being part of your healing journey and not by your side. They're not really for you. So is it healthy for you? I would say no. That would be a no if it's causing you to take a backseat on your own healing. Yeah, neutrality isn't really being on your side. So if they are neutral, if they want to remain neutral and stay out of it, I don't know what happened between you guys, I just know that I'm friends with you both. That is remaining neutral, and that is siding with the narcissist, because it is a power dynamic. Somebody had a power control over here, and that's the person who's abusing you. You're trying to get away and trying to remain no contact. Someone here doesn't believe your story. Someone here doesn't believe your trauma and isn't validating what you went through in your experience and calling it neutral and wanting to stay out of it. They're not really for you. So totally up to you. In my opinion, these types of people, I separate from my life. They're not part of the healing journey. They want to keep me in this little corner where I'm upset and sad and isolated all the time. They want to keep this little person that's like putting up with all this shit. And when you start to come up and start to rise above all this and take your power back, and they see a new healing version of you, they don't like it. They also don't want to believe what might have happened in the relationship, because that would make them question what their reality is. Oh, I thought you guys were perfect. He's always really nice to me. He was really helpful for me. You know, they don't want to believe that shit, because it would have them face how they're healing through something, being manipulated by this person. They're good manipulators and liars. Oh my God. Yeah. His family knows everything and went on and continued treating as if it was the victim. He has a big family. Yeah, sometimes there's like mob mentality happening within these family dynamics, especially if their parent was also narcissistic. How long was I with a narcissist? I was with him for 14 years. So a lot of cycles of abuse happening within that 14 years. Lots. Oh my gosh, the same. What if the children want to remain neutral? So our children they're healing their own way when they get to an age where they can start to see things and start to determine what's abuse and what isn't, right? It's our responsibility to heal from our own abuse, right? We're not responsible for the abuse, we're responsible healing for it, but it's also responsibility to educate, especially our family and our children, on what's going on, right? Without putting emotions involved or opinions, just letting them know what's going on. And age appropriate as well. So it depends on how old they are, but I do have a lot of clients that have younger children, and they're worried about, you know, them remaining neutral or them wanting to see, you know, they can still see their other parent. And then I have other clients that have children that are older that see it, and they can be more discerning. They can start making choices on who they want to spend more time with. Over time, they all see it. Once they're mature enough, they do see it. You're so welcome. I hope you know you literally helped me even realize I was being abused. Oh, I'm happy that I've helped you. I really believe that awareness, education, and knowledge is one of the best ways to heal from narcissistic abuse. Really learning about what we went through, because we're conditioned to believe that this is just normal. Like, I didn't know I was being abused. I had no idea. I didn't know that it wasn't really normal. It was kind of fucked up that I would feel bad to buy $5 cheese. But he was okay to spend $10,000 a night at the casino. I didn't realize that that was abuse. I got so used to it that my baseline of what I thought was dysfunctional was totally normal. This was normal. Oh, he just yells at me and calls me fat. That's normal. He does it all the time. No biggie, right? I should go work out like literally a week after I had a baby. That's normal. That's normal. Telling me he wants his hot wife back with the flat tummy and the tight ass. That shit's normal. That becomes normal. So when he blows up, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. That's abusive. But I don't realize that all the other shit below it was abusive too. It's called ambient abuse. It's wild what we rationalize. Totally, Jess. So wild, right? We have to bridge the gap. So we talk, some of us coaches and psychologists and people in this field who talk about narcissistic abuse talk about cognitive dissonance. And the easiest way to describe cognitive dissonance is a level of confusion in an internal battle that we have, right? Cognitive dissonance is described in many situations, but it's different for narcissistic abuse, and it's different in these pathological love relationships or dynamics with toxic people. You know, the definition of cognitive dissonance is two competing thoughts, you know, in our head. But it's not just the thoughts. What we're experiencing, the narcissist that we're with, it's the experiences that are competing. It's not the thoughts, it's the experience. We're experiencing a love bombing person who's telling us that they love us, that we're their soulmate. But at the same time, we're experiencing that same exact person threatening us and insulting us and putting us down and devaluing us and lying to us and cheating on us. That same person is doing two totally competing things, right? Our experience of them is very Jekyll and Hyde. We have no idea who's going to run in that door. And this is why we walk on eggshells. This is why we become completely like fight or flight all the time. That's cognitive dissonance. Two types of experiences that are competing. So what do we do when it comes to survival? We have to bridge the gap between the two. Bridging the gap is making an excuse. Oh, he yelled at me today. He must be having a bad day. Bridge the gap. He treats me like that because he's had childhood trauma. He's dealing with that. He takes it out on me. Bridge the gap, right? We tell ourselves and we rationalize this abuse because we can't have those two experiences living in our brain at the same time. It's too much for us. It's too hard. We would rather have the I love you than the I'm cheating on you. But both of those exist. So what do we choose? We choose the I love you because it's easier. It's more soothing. It's more comfortable. Feels better. We choose the I love you. So we have to bridge the gap. And that is cognitive dissonance. Breaking through that cognitive dissonance and seeing that it is two actual people, because really narcissists, they don't really have a personality. Their disorder is the absence of a personality. Like they don't know who they are. They're not self-aware. So they have no idea that they treat you this way because they're a lack of identity. They're trying on personalities. They're like trying it on and being like, I wonder if this fits. They meet somebody new and they love bomb you and they're mirroring you and they're pretending to be you, almost like they want to be you. And they put on this little suit and go, this mask looks good on me. Let me pretend to be loving and romantic and empathetic. They put this little mask on, they put on a show. So we don't know who the fuck they are because they don't know who the fuck they are. Right? We get comfortable with this mask. As soon as that mask slips and they start to become who they really are, we're like, oh, holy shit, I don't like that. I don't like that person. That person's fucking mean. I don't want them. I need this new skin to play victim. Yeah, they have the role of victim, right? They have the role of the savior. They have the role of the hero. Or the savior, the hero, same thing. They play these different roles. They try them on the fly, on the spot, and they really create a personality on the spot because of their absence of personality. That happened to me. Now he hates me, but he won't let me be happy. Yeah, they don't want you to, it's really funny. I don't know if you've ever experienced this where narcissists will say something like, no one will ever want you. You know, the one that I married, he used to say that to me. No one's ever going to want you. Who's going to want a washed up mom with 3 kids? You're going to be a single mom? No one's ever going to want you. Nobody wants you. Yeah, but you want me and you don't want anyone else to have me. What's up with that? Right? They don't want to treat you good, but they don't want anyone else to treat you good. You belong to them. They own you. It's like they bought you in a store. You are their toy. They get to play with you. You're not allowed to go out there and have other people play with you. No. They want to own you. And so of course they're going to keep you around even though they're treating you badly. They don't want anyone else to have you. Amanda, if you are stuck, I can help you. So if you're just popping in, if you're new here, I'm a certified life coach. I'm also a survivor of narcissistic abuse, and I can help people come up with exit strategies, leave the narcissist that they're with, safely be able to make a plan to leave. I can help you heal from narcissistic abuse. I do one-on-one coaching and group coaching monthly. So if you're interested in working with me individually or working with my group, you can go check out the link in my bio and follow the steps and book a time with me. Wow, I need this. You just had a horrible ass fight with a narcissist boyfriend. Yeah. And what happens? What happens when you have a fight with them? Who here has had a fight with their narcissistic partner or toxic person in their life? Who here has had a fight? How did it start and how did it end? So I want to talk about that because they leave you, it's almost like an energy exchange. If it starts off where you're calm, you're sitting on the couch, you're reading a book, you're watching TV, you're totally relaxed and calm, and they pick a fight with you, you leave at the end of it feeling completely chaotic, filled with anxiety and exhausted. That was the point. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to take you in this calm state, this relaxing state, and fuck it up for you. Because they're never in a relaxing state. They're so unrelaxed, right? They're insecure, unrelaxed people with complete chaos happening in their brain all the time. They need control of their surroundings because they're so out of control, right? A lot of them spiral out of control when they don't get their way. And so when they see you relaxing on the couch and enjoying your peace, they don't want that. They don't want you to experience joy. This is why they always mess up holidays. You know, there's always a fight on Christmas. There's always a fight on your birthday. They're going to turn Valentine's Day into a really huge thing, right? Like it's always going to be a disruption of your peace. So if you have a fight with a narcissist and they are disrupting your peace, you're going to be left completely disrupted. You're going to be left completely anxious and exhausted, and they are going to relax because that is what gives them supply. That's what feeds them. They want to take your state and turn it upside down so that they can feel calm and relaxed. They suck that out of you. They're literal life drainers. They're vampires. They're emotional vampires. He yelled at me saying that I guess I'm not eating anything. Oh wait, I said no, I can't cook right now. I'm puking every 5 minutes. He yelled at me and said I'm not eating anything. When you were pregnant. Yeah. Right? I mean, you're not allowed to have an experience. I've had 3 babies, so I know the whole thing about being pregnant, having morning sickness, being in labor. You know, the narcissist that I married was annoyed that I was in labor. He was like, how long is this Caesar salad going to take? I'm like sitting there with the contractions, like trying to make him dinner. You know, they don't give a shit. They're like a toddler, right? They do have literal tantrums. So just like a toddler who doesn't care if you're busy, you know, a toddler could come up to you and be like, Mommy, can I have a snack? And you could be cooking dinner, you could be in the shower, you could be sick on the couch, you could be busy. And that toddler doesn't care. I want my snack. They don't care. They don't have empathy at that time to understand that you're busy or you're in a situation where you can't deal with that right now. You can't just give them a snack. But the toddler might have a tantrum because they want something and they don't realize that that you're not able to provide it for them. Turn this little toddler into a grown-ass adult. When this adult, this narcissist wants their snack, they don't give a shit that you can't provide them with whatever it is they want. They're going to have a tantrum. And this is why a lot of narcissists, we talk about this not to put them down, but because of their emotional maturity is really stunted. They weren't able to access these emotional regulation tools and tips and self-soothe. They go inward, they become self-absorbed, right? They shift their reality, and then we have to shift our reality around them. And that's where the gaslighting begins. They turn to narcissism to cope because they don't know how to emotionally regulate. That's why they are emotionally immature, just like toddlers. But isn't a narc a person with trauma of their own as well? Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Does that excuse the abuse? Absolutely not. We've all had trauma. A lot of us have had trauma. We have had trauma just dealing with narcissists, right? So just that, the fact that they have trauma, that is part of the bridging the gap when we have cognitive dissonance, when we have a narcissist telling us that they love us, and then on the same hand, they're cheating on us, right? We have those two competing experiences of a person that we love not matching. And the gap, you know, this that we try to bridge to try to make an excuse is, well, they've had childhood trauma, right? Or another one is, oh, well, they have an avoidant attachment style. You know, if they're physically abusive, well, their love language is physical touch. So, you know, these are excuses that we make in order to protect ourselves, in order to survive. So, you know, yeah, there's trauma. This trauma is happening all the time. We're healing through, all of us are healing through trauma. It's never an excuse to abuse somebody. Trauma is no excuse to abuse, exactly. I don't get to abuse people because of your trauma, exactly. Trauma shouldn't be the reason to hurt others. No, exactly, right? That was Jekyll this morning. Now he's Hyde. Yeah, it is the walking on eggshells. Like you get conditioned to what happens when we're walking on eggshells. What happens when we have a Jekyll and Hyde situation is we enjoy the good, right? We have this euphoric recall. We're like, oh yeah, we remember they used to be amazing to us. They used to bring us flowers all the time. They used to be sweet and like idealize us and make us feel amazing, right? We remember those. And when we have that, and then all of a sudden they turn out to be so horrible and they abuse us and they're yelling and screaming at us, we start asking ourselves, what did we do wrong? Was it because I asked, you know, if I could have sushi for dinner? Was it because I was 5 minutes late coming home? Was it because I bought $5 cheese? Why did they turn from this amazing person to this horrific person? What did I do to shift their mood? And how can I never do that again? And so now we question everything we do. Everything we do is wrong. Every little thing we do is wrong. We're sitting there, literally, the internal battle that I dealt with every single day was, I'm going to walk through the door. Don't be too excited. Don't be too happy. Don't look like I'm in a bad mood. You know, don't be too quiet. Don't be too loud. Don't be, you know, too much. Just like, you know, and then I'd walk in the door and be like, hi. And I don't know if I was going to get, hi, baby, I missed you. Or, are you fucking serious? You know, like, I don't know who I'm going to get. We question everything we do. I used to sit in front of in the garage in my car right in front of the house just being like, get into the mental space to walk in that door. Because we don't know who we're walking into. Right? Because you made their food wrong. Because you put the TV show on that they didn't want to watch. Because you're wearing purple. Or that flowered shirt that they hate. Because your hair is up a certain way or it's down. Like, why do you wear your hair like that? I hate your hair like that. What is that, new lipstick? How do you have the money to buy new lipstick? You know how much money you spend on makeup? I don't understand why I've never seen that shade on you. Who are you trying to impress? Where did you go today? You know, like, you smell like coffee. Did you go to Starbucks? How much is Starbucks? Do you have money for that? You know, that's what they do. They make you question everything. And so a lot of the CPTSD that I experienced personally was questioning all my choices, even after the relationship had ended. I would be like, oh, wait a minute, do I have money for that? Oh shit, I can't load the dishwasher this way. This is wrong. It's not going to get cleaned properly. You know, there's all these little things that they condition us to assume we're doing wrong. Because if we're wrong, they can abuse us. If we're wrong and we're doing it the wrong way, they justify yelling and screaming at us for it. Because we should have known better, right? CPTSD is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I was diagnosed this by my therapist, right? It's something that you can look into if you do go to therapy and meet with clinicians. You can see if your trauma has caused you long-term distress. And yes, that is what you have, yeah. You still question things, yeah. Or my red lips. I love your red lips, by the way. Every day was chaos. I couldn't take the time to myself with my friends because it would be a fight. Exactly, yep. It's good we have Ro to teach us to use these tools. Oh, guys, and like this community is really amazing. I would suggest following the Narc Avengers. I am going to Toronto next week. So if anybody is in the Toronto area, we do have a meet and greet with the Narc Avengers. It is a group of 16 people. And some of us are self-aware narcissists, some of us are coaches, some of us are psychologists, and some of us are just in this space spreading awareness and sharing and helping everyone heal and healing through our own trauma as well. We meet with our followers. The last one was in Austin, Texas. This next one is in Canada, in Toronto, at the Drake Hotel. You can get tickets for that meet and greet and a private Q&A. And that is also on the link in my bio. And if you also go to narcavengers.com, you can find more information about us. But I would suggest following all of us. There's 16 of us. We're all on Instagram and TikTok. And we all have different niches and different types of content within this same sort of umbrella of narcissistic abuse and healing from it and thriving past it. When are you going to be in Texas again? I know. So I would love to do that one. What we're doing right now is we're looking to see who, like where everybody lives. Our followers are primarily located right now with all of us in New York City. So that is kind of like, that's kind of the next step is going there. That might be where we go next. Yes. I want to do like you and help people here. Yeah. If you are interested in changing, you know, helping people, really changing people's lives, really impacting them in a big, big way. Life coaching is one way to do that because drawing on your own experience gives validation to a survivor, knowing that the person who's helping them has lived through it. If you are ever interested in looking into that, you know, life coach certification is something that I did immediately after I started doing this content, and people were telling me I would love to work with you. So that was the first thing I did. Where I got certified is in the link in my bio. And if you want to be a certified life coach, you can actually go into the school that I went and see the program that I took and take it yourself. Sounds fun. I wish I could go. I wish you could go too. Road trip to NYC. Yeah, do it. I need to look into life coaching. Yeah, Lisa, you should. I mean, anybody who wants to make a difference in someone's life, really impactful stuff. And if you have that, you have the experience, a lot of people want to listen to and help. I do therapy as well. Like I have an amazing clinician that helps me as well. But I think having different modalities and different types of support really helps us heal and grow. And yeah, that is something that, how long does that typically take? I think it's a 12-week course. So it's really so super quick. You can do it very quickly. Your pics in the back are cute. I just noticed. Yeah, this is my family. These are my kiddos. Can you heal while with them? So, you know, a lot of people, coaches, therapists, a lot of people in this space will say you cannot heal in the place that's hurting you, right? You cannot cure yourself or be cured from in a place that's making you constantly sick, right? If your house had asbestos and there was mold growing all over the walls and you have a heinous cough and you're trying to get through that, will you ever heal living in that house? No, you got to move out of that house. You got to take yourself out of the situation. So we can buy time in narcissistic relationships if we are still planning an exit strategy and we're wanting to safely remove ourselves from the situation without any harm to us. What we do practice in those relationships is harm reduction. You know, educating yourself, knowing what the steps are for an exit strategy, understanding that self-care is still a part of what we need to heal, and learning about what these tactics are that they're doing so that we reduce the risk of being manipulated. Exposure to manipulation. Silent treatment is just punishment. Once that clicked for me, game changer. I was like, you're just giving me the silent treatment so that I could sit here and question what the fuck I did wrong. When in reality, I didn't do anything wrong. You're just wanting to make me question what I did. You're wanting to gaslight me into sitting here trying to, he would ignore me for weeks, right? Sometimes months. Where I would come home and he would be like, okay, what's for dinner? Sit on his phone. And then I would sit there and be like, what did I do wrong? Fuck. Did I fold his underwear the wrong way? Did I buy $5 cheese again? Wait, what did I do wrong? And I'm retracing my steps and I'm sitting there being manipulated while he ignores me, hoping that he'll talk to me again. What can I do to make this man talk to me and love me again the way he loved me yesterday? What can I do? And I sit there suffering, right? When we're in the relationship and we start making connections and we start gaining clarity and understand that, for example, the silent treatment is just a form of punishment and that clicks for us and we know it's a tactic, then we can be like, fucking silent treatment me all day long. Like, don't threaten me with a good time. This is a vacation from abuse. I know when they're silent treatment, giving me the silent treatment, that I am not being manipulated. You can go fuck off and dick off to the casino and spend all you want on escorts. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to order sushi and watch Netflix and enjoy my time, my vacation away from your abuse. Right? That is harm reduction. That's learning what the tactics are so that we don't get exposed to manipulation. So yes, we can heal within the relationship, but we don't fully get to a place where we can trust ourselves and make that relationship work if they're not willing to do the work or even recognize or take accountability. And a lot of the times, I hate to break it to you, narcissists will not take accountability for their abuse. They won't. They don't even recognize it. They become so entangled in their manipulation that they don't recognize it as manipulation. They think that's life, that their delusion becomes their reality. Like, you're the problem. I'm not the problem. The disorder affects everyone around them, but it doesn't affect them. So we have to mold our reality around the narcissist that they create. We have to gaslight ourselves to believe that this is what it is. This is just how they are, right? Do you want to heal in that? Do you want to stay in that, right? So we have to make plans to leave. Once we figure it out and we can safely make a plan to leave, you work with somebody, you make a plan to leave. Silent treatment is wonderful, but if I'm silent, I'm not arguing because I don't want to react when he's mad. Exactly. Silent treatment is punishment. Silent treatment is tense. Saying, hey, I need space. I can't communicate what I feel with you right now because I don't have the words and I don't want to start a fight. I need this space, and you communicate that you need that space. You are not giving someone the silent treatment. You're communicating you need space. Going no contact is also not silent treatment. Going no contact is protection. You're not doing it to manipulate someone. You're doing it to protect yourself. This narcissist isn't giving you the silent treatment to protect themselves. From what? What did you do? You did nothing wrong, right? So they're not giving you the silent treatment to protect themselves. They're not going no contact with you. They are contacting you. in a way, because even the non-verbal contact is still a contact. They're still sending you a message. The message is, you fucked up and I want to make you feel like you did something wrong, and I'm going to punish you so I can go play games and manipulate you and go do my dirty deeds. Dick off, right? Go to the casino, spend a bunch of money. That's what they want to do. They are not protecting themselves from you. They are punishing you so that you sit at home hurting, wondering what you did wrong. That's the difference, right? The intention is so different. Yes, but it makes him so mad when I don't react. Yeah, it does. Absolutely. They want you to react. When they don't get their way, of course they're going to be mad. Of course they're going to be mad. So depending on how dangerous this narcissist is, it is important to practice harm reduction and to practice doing everything that we talk about when it comes to gray rocking, no contact, when it comes to diffusing situations, to do it with safety, to do it being very protective and careful with how you do things. You know, if they're a person that will lash out at you, right? Sometimes being similar to who you are, right? And maybe acting a little bit, decoying them like it does affect you, without having a huge explosion. Like, so having like the knowledge of knowing that you are not reacting, you are responding. There's a big difference. Reacting is immediate. Reacting is, I need to defend myself. Responding is taking a second to listen to the information and assessing it and processing it and then coming up with a response. And if you're in the practice of gray rocking and you're able to do that safely, there's no response. Sometimes the response is no response. Or it's okay. I understand that you feel like that. Thank you for telling me that. Right? And moving the fuck on, right? And don't get into a place where now you're defending yourself and needing to react. Where it's like, I never said that. No, what do you mean? What? This is the shirt I wore the other day. You don't like it? I'm not, like, really, there's cleavage? I'm not trying to show off to anybody. No, I wouldn't do that. Like, that is the reaction. They want you to look crazy. They want you to be defending yourself and feeling like you're going nuts. Because they live in a delusional world. Their delusions are their reality. So they want you to feel like that too. Ever had a narcissist call you delusional? It's because they're projecting their own delusional mindset onto you. Everything a narcissist calls you is what they think about themselves. It's the actual behaviors that they identify as. So, you know, if you've ever had a narcissist accuse you of cheating, a lot of that has to do with their justifications. If they believe their feelings are facts and they're jealous because you're really looking cute today and you're like, you know, you're looking nice, they're going to be like, who are you trying to impress, right? You cheating on me? You cheating on me? And they'll say it and repeat it over and over and over and over again so that it's true for them. And now it becomes their reality. Now you're absolutely cheating on them, which means they can continue to cheat on you without a conscience, right? They don't have to feel guilty about it. They can justify it because look at them. They're dressed up so nice. They're looking cute today. They're definitely cheating on me. My feeling is now a fact. Jealousy is reality. I'm jealous because they must be cheating on me. They believe their feelings are facts. And this is the projection. A lot of the times they're projecting their own behaviors onto you. So really pay attention. If you're still with a narcissist or there's still one in your life, pay attention to what they're accusing you of. Accusations are confessions, more often than not. So proud of you. I don't know if my husband is a narc or just physically abusive. Well, physical abuse is abuse. So abuse is abuse. I just left him 2 days back and he's telling me that he will talk about his truth and that I was toxic for 2 years while he kept beating me. Well, let him talk. Let them talk. They do a really good show of playing the victim, right? But enough time goes by, people will see it. If you could see it, if you could hear them, if you understand what you went through and you can see them for who they are, everyone will. With enough time, everyone will. Narcissists, they talk themselves into the truth. Just listen, right? listen really closely to the things they say. They tell on themselves a whole heck of a lot. Accusations are confessions. Exactly. Let's see where we're at for time here. We've got 10 minutes left. Any other questions? If you have a question for me, pop it into the chat. I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok and Instagram, so I will be popping back and forth. So if I do miss your question and you do want to ask it, just pop it in the chat and I'll be able to read it. And if I am able to answer it, I can. Sometimes it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Custody battle tips, I do recommend following Anthony Bompiani on Instagram or Judge Anthony on TikTok. He's got some really great content on custody battles. I need to hear this tonight. Thank you. You're so welcome. How do you deal with the numbness? Yeah, so, that feeling of being exhausted. Think about it, guys. Being in a constant state of fight or flight, we're not supposed to have this much cortisol in our bodies all the time. Like, we have adrenaline, we have cortisol when we're about to jump out of a plane, right? Or do something kind of like that gives us a bit of a, like we're going to go out and do a speech in front of a bunch of people and have a little bit of stage fright, right? Or we're like, stepping on the brakes because we almost hit a car. We just get this jolt of cortisol, this like spike. Being in a constant state of fight or flight puts us in that spike, that cortisol spike all the time. Think about how exhausting that is. So of course that numbness is going to be part of just being blown, being exhausted. You're just done. Just feet up, legs up. I can't do this anymore. It takes time to heal from that, right? That numbness is temporary. I promise you that everything that you're going through right now, healing from narcissistic abuse, is temporary. It's supposed to hurt. It's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt. Something's going to trigger you and it's going to hurt some more. And then one day, I promise you, one day it will not. One day it won't hurt anymore. This is temporary, okay? Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. Learn and identify what you went through and have hope that this pain that you're going through will end. You will just be free. Remember, we're free now. Anyone who's not in an abusive relationship who has left a narcissist is now free. So this is something that I like to do near the end of my live, is just pop your freedom date in the chat for the other people to see it. The day that you left the narcissist, the day you went no contact, the day you realized you were with one and you gained some clarity and started making a plan, whatever a freedom date looks like for you, pop it in the chat. And this is just for the other people to see that there's hope, that you can leave these people. So tired of my narcissistic boyfriend. So XO Kitty, this is a person that needs to see these freedom dates, guys. So we have a whole bunch here on TikTok, January 17th, June 28th, August 26th. So December 1st, anyone who has freedom dates, pop them in the chat. Anyone who wants a freedom date or wants to be free sometime 3 months ago, perfect. Look at those dates. This is your inspiration. This is your sign that you'll get out of this. If you're popping in at the tail end here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a certified life coach. I do one-on-one coaching. I offer group coaching monthly. Everything is linked in my bio. I'm going to be in Toronto next week on the 19th at the Drake Hotel. So if you are familiar with Toronto or you want to make a visit to come meet me, we're doing a meet and greet with me and 5 other narcissistic abuse survivors in the Narc Avengers group. I also have a course on healthy dating after abuse that you can find on narcapp.com. Everything is linked in my bio. I've also authored a journal that is just a really great way to celebrate your freedom. It is on Amazon, also linked in my bio, with a few of my quotes and a space for you to celebrate your freedom date and write down all the amazing things that you get to do in your freedom. And I also have merch, so if you want to rock the Rollercoaster Crew merch, Love is a Verb, Rollercoaster of Love, and narc-free tumblers and mugs. So I really love this community. I think being a part of this is healing myself and understanding what I went through and really identifying and dissecting what we went through And having this space where we can be with other people, because how isolated did we feel when we were with that narcissist, and even at the very beginning of our healing stage where we finally left them or we're still stuck in it, how alone did we feel? I know I felt so alone. Like no one, even once I left, no one could understand what I went through. I tried to explain it. You can't even explain it. Can't even identify it. How do you explain to somebody, I married this person, I loved them, I vowed forever, and I couldn't remember my favorite color by the end of that relationship? How do you explain that to somebody, right? It's so hard to identify and difficult to explain. It's not a style of abuse that you can see. Some days I wished that I was physically abused, because at least I could be like, look at my bruises, right? They're here. This is what he did to me. But I can't even show my internal bruises, the cognitive dissonance, the internal battle that we go through, the experiencing two types of relationships. We can't explain that to people. So being in a place of community, a space where a lot of people who have lived through this and understand it, get it, is healing. Right? Trouble ordering food. Exactly, same. It was tough, right? Chills. Guys, I literally always say I'd rather be beat. Bruises heal, remember? You see a bruise, it's identifiable. You can say, this is what he did. He hit me. Look at the black guy, it's there. You can look in the mirror and go, wow, this is what's happening to me. When you look in the mirror and you don't recognize who you are because you're a person who we thought we put up with abuse. Newsflash, we didn't put up with abuse. We got conditioned to think it wasn't that bad. We didn't put up with abuse, okay? I'm so sick and tired of people saying, why'd you put up with it for so long? Why didn't you just leave? I would just leave the second that it got abusive. I wouldn't let somebody abuse me like that. I would just leave. No, we didn't put up with abuse. We didn't accept it. We got conditioned to think that it wasn't that bad. And it slowly happens over time. That is not your fault. You are not responsible for the abuse. You are not responsible for being slowly brainwashed into thinking that it wasn't that bad. Yes, you are responsible for healing from it. That is your responsibility. And that's what you're doing here. So congratulations for being here and healing through this. You are doing something for yourself. You're showing up in self-love. But you're not responsible for that abusive person and what they did to you. Okay? He would always say it's not that bad. That's the conditioning. See the brainwashing? One thing that I want to leave you with is when you're going into new relationships, and I know I quickly mentioned that I have a dating after abuse, healthy dating after abuse course on narcapp.com. I talk about red flags and I talk about what to look for and how to spot these people. One thing to look for, and I take the course because you'll have access to a lot of red flags, but this is one specifically. Watch people who repeat the same thing over and over and over again. I'm a good person. I'm a really good person. I'm such a good person. You know, a lot of people say I'm a good person. And they say it over and over and over again. What they're doing is they're repeating things so that you repeat it. That's conditioning. That's saying the same thing over again so that it drills into your head that they're a nice guy. Exactly. So that's one red flag I will leave you with. Where are we at? Okay, guys. I really appreciate you coming here. Thank you for being here. Again, my name is Ro. If you are new to my page, to my channels, I'm Rollercoaster of Love on all platforms. You can follow me everywhere. I have TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I think, Instagram. My podcast is all on the links in my bio. So if you want to check out my bio, you can see all the links to the merch that I have, the journal that's on Amazon, the meet and greet that's coming up next Saturday. and the Healthy Dating After Abuse course, and other people in the community that have amazing resources, a bunch of amazing books that have helped me heal and really helped educate me in this style of abuse. Go take a look at the link in my bio. And of course, if you want to work with me directly, one-on-one, I do coaching as a certified life coach. And I also have group coaching in a group setting where 25 of us, so it caps out at 25, sit in a room with Zoom, and you can have your camera on or you can turn it off. The next one is coming up on November 27th, and it's almost sold out. So if you do want to get a ticket for that, it's $25. It's 90 minutes, and you get to share a part of your healing journey. We have a topic every month, and you can also make friends in the community. So something that, how do you go about the coaching? Yeah, just go to the link in my bio, and you can find ways to book with me either individually or in the group coaching. And you're so welcome. You're so welcome, guys. So I just want to leave you with one thought, that remember, anyone who is free right now, anyone who is putting in freedom dates, remember that the side of freedom is so much sweeter, that even your worst day on the side of freedom will still be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. Thank you for being here, guys. Have a good night.